what does it even damn mean? Okay, today in there's an article out. Oh, there's Armando calling me. There's an article out right now warning about inflation, rising inflation for well over a year now, and it's supposedly soaring. It's supposed to terrify you as much as the plandemic and the covitta and the Delta variant, and now we got the inflation. Consumer price index is up 5.4% year over year. What does that even mean? The producer price index is up almost 8%. And I'm going to show you a little graph here, Johnny. I don't know if you can show them that graph, okay? But this is saying that the cost of goods and services is up almost 8%, and the dollar is going down in value. Okay, now I'm going to explain this to you today and why the best hedge against all this freaking insanity is real property, okay? Now, we talked about inflation as being 5% higher this year over last year, but keep in mind that inflation was relatively tame in the years prior to this. Like, there's been almost no inflation in the marketplace. So to see a temporary spike, mostly caused by covitta, the plandemic. Okay, don't be hating on me, all you vaccinated people. Okay, by the way, who's paying for all that stuff? Check it out. I'm going to show you the simplicity of inflation. Okay, before the plandemic, before the COVID sensation. Okay, bigger than Justin Timberlake. That's Johnny, the camera guy in the background. Before that, okay, before you guys were out buying masks and toilet paper, people rushing off, buying gasoline for their car, people buying cars they can't even go out and use, right? So insane, right? So what happened was the number of goods and services were basically stable in this country. We didn't produce more goods and services because of COVID. However, because of COVID, we created $7 trillion of new dollars. This is simply supply and demand. Warren Buffett once said that inflation is so complicated that maybe only 2 or 3 people on the entire planet even understand the effects of it. I just want to simplify it for you today. Pre-COVID, okay, and today, $7 trillion in new cash was produced. U.S. dollars in circulation, has increased almost 40%. That means 40% of all the U.S. dollars that existed or that have been created in the last 12 months did not exist 12 months ago. Okay, we have $4 trillion, all this new dough. What happens when there's new dough, and what happens when interest rates during COVID went to zero? Fuel prices, by the way, went to minus $40 a barrel during COVID. Whirlwind into freaking terror, shrunk. Everything shrunk, and then all of a sudden the U.S. government says, print money, send out $1,400 checks to everyone, send out $1,400 checks, and then send out money to the PPP money, send that out to the business, make sure everybody stays afloat, and you basically pushed all this dough into the marketplace, all this new cash comes into the marketplace, interest rates go to zero, the cost of fuel goes to nothing, okay, and then what happens? What follows next is the inflate of real property. Toilet paper is real property. For a second, you can wipe your butt with it, so it's real. So everybody rushes out and goes and gets the toilet paper. They get the water goes up in price, okay? When you have rushes of money goes to the people push out into the marketplace, and they start buying goodies. Look, unless inflation suddenly stops in its tracks, inflation numbers will be much higher this year at 5.4, a consumer price index, than it was last year, okay? But what will stop inflation will not be the Fed. It will not be what they're saying it is. It will be that people simply do not have money. When you don't have money, when this dough dries up, and it could be 2 years, I'm going to tell you right now, we're in 2021 right now. It's probably going to be in 2023 that we stabilize, okay? Real values will start to stabilize because all this dough is going to come out. They just approved $3.7 trillion I think 1.5 trillion of it was approved. They're going to stuff, that's what Kabul is all about, by the way. The whole thing in Kabul is basically a diversion for you to see how they're going to jam that freaking, they're going to jam that 3.7 trillion. And nobody's going to read it. You're not going to read it because you're so worried about what's going on in Afghanistan. It's like, look over here, look over here, look over here, while they steal from over here, okay? Now, doesn't mean that you don't need to pay attention, because what's happening in real estate right now is property values across the country are exploding. You can see property values in Miami, where I'm at, home prices going up 40%, and sometimes that doesn't even get it. So the house that was $1 million is now $1.4 million, 40% increase overnight, literally, because there's so much money coming to the marketplace. Who's buying a $1.4 million home? A $1.4 million home. You have to put 20% down, $280,000. You're going to finance $1,120,000. Let me see what that payment's going to be. Times 0.055. That payment's going to be $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month, $70,000 a year. Okay, that person needs to make about 18 grand a month to get that loan approved. How many people make 18 grand a month? Almost none. Almost no one makes that kind of money. So why is that important? Because what will happen is the wealthy people who are buying homes today that have 20% down and they can get approved for these kind of loans, the jumbo loans, they are going to buy homes, and then this thing will soften out. Supply and demand will show you that there's no real inflation in the marketplace. If the job market does not explode, the average person making $54,000 can't make $74,000, they can't afford this, and they'll quit buying homes. But it will then lean over into rent. Okay, for instance, I'm buying a deal right now. The average home in the neighborhood is $850,000. This is the reality of supply, demand, and inflation. Johnny's going to show you a picture of what I'm buying right now. Across the street, the median price in that neighborhood is $850,000. If I multiply that times 0.0055, I'm going to see a payment of $4,702 a month before insurance and before taxes in Texas, where this property is located. Okay, so that payment's going to be $4,700 a month. Check it out. The rent on the place that I'm showing you on the screen right now is $1,800. Once these homes are sold and taken off the marketplace and there's no longer homes to sell, what will happen is when these homes in the Heights are sold, the guy next door is going to be like, okay, I'm going to make my house $950,000. That's inflation. We're having inflation. We're having real life inflation because all the homes sold. People came in and bought the $850. They didn't want to rent at my joint, so they're like, no, I want to own a house and I want to take care of it, and I'm going to actually have a house that's 50 or 60 years old. This property's brand new. They don't have a $4 million swimming pool, but they want to own their own home and they want to put their little welcome mat on the front of it. So this guy next door says, I'm going to go to $950, and it sells. So the guy next door to him says, what? I'm going to go to $980. Okay, check this out. Somebody comes in, there's 16 people trying to buy this house at $980,000, and the guy that gets awarded the house says, I'll pay $1 million, I'll pay $1,080,000, and I'm going to rent the house to somebody. I'm going to write a check for it and pay cash, and I'm going to rent it to somebody for $4,000 a month, and he's going to get a 4% return on his $1 million investment. This is happening right now in this location that I'm telling you about. Across the street is my little property at $1,800 a month. The reason it's $1,800 a month is it's a brand new property and they're leasing it up, and they have more supply right now than they have demand for it. So they basically offer what's called concessions in the rental market. We talk a lot about rentals here because I'm telling you the rentals will be the winner over the next 24 to 36 months and then into the next 10 and 15 and 20 years going forward because of this thing called inflation that is so difficult to understand. Inflation really is, again, supply and demand. How much cash is in the marketplace? How many real products can I buy? How much toilet paper can I buy? I mean, after some point, you're like, I got enough toilet paper. How many cars can I buy? sooner or later you're done with cars. How many watches can you actually purchase? And who's buying Patek's and Richards? Only people with a lot of money. The rest of the marketplace that drives the marketplace is not the rich people, it's the everyday people, right? So watch this rent. When this starts happening here, right, and this house rents for $4,000 and it's gone, once it's gone, and nobody else can rent it. And over time, this rent will go to $2,200. And then this rent in the next 5 years will go to $2,800. And while this happens over here at the rental, these homes keep going up in value, in prices, okay? And that's what happened when you put too much money in the marketplace, trillions of dollars in the marketplace, and more is coming. And then interest rates go down to zero, okay? As the Fed takes on more debt, the interest rates will have to stay low. As jobs don't increase in value, if the salaries don't go up, if salaries continue to stay stable around the United States, and by the way, our number here is 305-865-868, but I want to just show you something. This is just completely off the cuff. Wages over the last 50 years in a graph. And I'm putting this in here, and let's see what we see. Look at this, okay? I don't know if you can see this, Johnny. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up one of these graphs. Does it get big for you though, Johnny, or just really small?
I can make it a little bit bigger.
Let's see, let me just visit this website. Okay, this is Pew Research, pretty good website, okay? These are wages. American paychecks are bigger than 40 years ago, but their purchasing power has barely budged, okay? Back in 1964, your average wage was $2.50. That's me, man. I'm working at McDonald's for $2.50, okay? Okay, today, that same wage, it says is $22. Well, that's not true. We know nobody at McDonald's. This is bullshit right here, you see?
Yeah.
Just use a little common sense with the shit you read, okay? You guys at TikTok, common sense would work. It doesn't actually work on a good video, but, okay, $2.50 and then to $22. Well, the reality is somebody at McDonald's today is not making $22.50. They're making what? $11.
$11.
$9. $8, okay? So, and I don't know, maybe back in 1964 they only made 75 cents. The bottom line is this: the median income. Let me just put median income in America. I'll bet you it's under $58,000 a year, and I'll bet you over the last median income in America is $31,000 in 2013, $26,000 in 2014. $26,000 in 2015. Can they see this, John? Is it big? Because I don't see it like that. $27,000 in 2016. You guys wonder why you're not getting ahead? This is why you're not getting ahead right here, because you don't make enough money. Okay? How can you buy a damn home when you're making 30 grand a year, but you can rent an apartment? Cannot you? Okay? In fact, on $31,000 in 2019, let's see what average income is. Average income. The difference between average income and median income is median income, I think they kick out the high and the low and then come up with a median. Okay? And the average, they're going to take everything across the board. Let's see, what is average income in the U.S. in 2020? $62,000, I said 58 grand, $62,000 a year. And if you went back for the last 30 years, you would basically see average income doing this. Like, it's not doing much of anything. The cost of goods have exploded. Okay, gasoline when I was growing up was a quarter. I remember paying 25 cents for a gallon of gas. I remember going to a gas station and saying, how many gallons can I get for $1? You can get that today. What's a gallon today? $3? $4?
$3.
Yeah, $3. So, and it's down. So I remember going to the grocery store and you could get a bag of groceries, cost you like $20, man, for a whole bag. You go to Whole Foods today, every bag's going to cost $100. That is the simplicity of inflation, okay? The simplicity of inflation is my rent was $275 a month in 1986, and today that rent would be $1,500. Same exact apartment, by the way, but there's been another change, particularly with apartments, and then I'll take some calls from our apartment investors. 305-865-8668. renting an apartment today. I don't know, Johnny, can you show a 1970, 1980 apartment, 1980 apartment? And then I want you to pull up a 2020 apartment building, okay? 1980 apartment buildings. Okay, let's see if I got some images here. No, those aren't 1980. We should 1980 apartment. 1980 duplex building, duplex. Because this is what they used to build back in the day. Not that bad, not that bad, not that bad. Those are all redone, rehab. That's a little duplex, right? Okay, Johnny, I don't know if you have that picture of me, Grant Cardone's apartment. Let's see if it comes up here. The one I was living in, Johnny. You think we have that one somewhere?
I can find it.
Yeah, because that's the kind of duplex I'm talking about. This kind of stuff right here. Not even that's too nice. Yeah, it's not in there. Johnny, you can find it. I'm sure you can find it. But look at the kind of stuff that people are building today, okay? Look at this property right here. These are freaking amazing properties. Unbelievable security. Full gyms. Massive swimming pools. Sun deck swimming pools. Johnny, if you can bring them back and show them that property I'm doing right now over. I mean, look at some of these properties that we're buying today. Show them the 29th Street Heights, yeah. Look at this property I'm buying. In fact, I'm going to have for all the accredited investors, if you want to join me for a call tonight, I'm buying a deal tonight. We're going to close on in the next 2 weeks. This is a massive, massive property. 646 units. Remember this rent, $1,500 a month for the same piece of garbage I used to pay $275 for, and I can rent something brand new today in Miami or in the Heights in Houston, Texas, Orlando, Tampa, Vegas for $1,800 to $2,800 a month. That used to buy a home, folks. That is inflation. But also with the inflation is the quality of the asset. You follow me? Renting an apartment today is not like renting an apartment 20 years ago. The apartment renter today is different than the apartment renter was when I was growing up. Many of these are well-to-do people. There you go, Johnny. That's that duplex. Can they see it, Johnny? I paid $275 a month in 1986, and today that same place rents for $1,800. That is inflation. But there's another inflation, the improvement of a person's quality of life, okay? Meaning, the house that I rented or bought for $78,000, this is one form of inflation, today is $400,000, okay? It went up $320,000. Property taxes went up. But there's another inflation here. The quality of living that we have today. Show them the Heights building again with the swimming pool. The quality of asset today, that kind of complex with the lighting, the security, the gym, the full gymnasium, open 24 hours a day. I mean, I was into properties this weekend. I'm like, Elena, I would sell the house that we live in on the beach to go live at this property. It is that nice. It gives me a social, technologies there. It gives me a social network of people. It gives me full gym, yoga, massage. Like, it is an incredible improvement. So some inflation, by the way, is improvement of inflation and quality of life, improvement of quality of life. And for you guys out there that are able to buy property, to think creatively, to buy property and rent it to others, what you'll have over the next 20 years is you're going to have a property where the rents are $1,800 a month here. I think the deal that we're doing right now, inflation, we will go to $2,200 in the next 2 years. That is actually not inflation, by the way. When it goes from here to here, it's not inflation. We are below the market right now because of supply and demand. And that rent, this is inflation, this is real inflation, those rents will be $3,200 in the next 10 years, which will take this property that I'm buying right now for $285 per door and make it worth $400,000 per door going forward. And the owners of this property, if I'm buying a deal for $185 million, I think we sell this deal for $250 million And I think I could do that in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm going to have a call on this tonight, 305-865-8668 if you want to call me. I think our lines are full. But tonight, if you want to join me, if you're an accredited investor and you want to join me, can you show them the asset, Johnny, that we're buying? If you want to invest in this asset, we're going to be closing in the next 2 weeks. If you want questions and answered or Q&A tonight, what time am I doing that call at, Johnny?
I believe it's going to be 7 o'clock, but let me double check.
Whatever, we'll give you the link, grantcardone.com/Zoom, 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 if you want to join me to see if you'd be interested in investing. Let's talk to some of our callers, Johnny. Who we got? I can't hear it.
Steven from Colorado.
Steven, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Are you guys seeing inflation over there?
Say that again?
Are you guys seeing inflation in Colorado?
Oh, you know we're seeing some inflation. Things are popping out here.
They popping, man.
Vacation like crazy.
Yeah, and why do you think it's popping over there? What forced the price increases in Colorado?
To be honest, man, just I don't know. Way of life. Everybody keep moving here.
Well, I think say it again. Say it again. Everybody what?
Everybody keeps moving here.
Exactly. So that's called demand, right? Demand for your products and services went up. So if you have restaurants, you have 10 restaurants in Denver, and all of a sudden another 1,000 people show up. Guess what? People are going to start building more restaurants. The moment people start building more restaurants, the cost of goods and services are going to go up because there's only so much labor. Hey, what's your question, my friend, or do you have a deal?
I got a deal for you.
Okay, tell me about the deal.
So the deal, so it's a 36-unit multi-family property, and it cost $1.35 million.
Okay.
It was built in 1983.
Too loud, Johnny.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Perfect.
And then on net annually, it brings $210,000 in. So the cap rate is 15.6%.
Okay, it brings $200,000 from rent. How many units are there?
36 units.
36 units, and what are the rents?
The rents are, well, there's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath is $550 a month, and for the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's $650 a month.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say they're all $650. 36 times $650. Is it full?
It's full, 100%.
Okay, so your $280,000. You said it brought in $210,000. That's your gross income, right?
No, that's net.
Well, I don't know how could that be net? It only takes in $280,000.
The expenses is only $6,000 a year.
Okay, that's impossible. That's impossible. You're in Colorado. The taxes by themselves would be $56,000 a year.
Oh, this property's in Mississippi though. I'm not talking about.
Oh, you in Mississippi, man? Man, why you wanna like deceive me? Okay, well, hey, bro, look. I mean, what are taxes on the property?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so you got taxes, you got electricity, you got water, you got property taxes. You gotta have some expenses, but you want to use the 280 number. It's impossible to buy something and not have expenses. You're gonna have a lawn.
The operating expenses annually are $65,000.
Okay, so you want me to take the $65,000 off the 280?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you want me to assume that you collected 100% of the rents 100% of the time because you, sir, you are 100%er.
Because I'm like that.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
You like the deal?
Well, I don't like the fact that you think you're going to collect all this money.
Well, let's say it's at 90%.
Well, okay, so look, you got a 14.3% cap on this deal. So that terrifies me because I'm like, okay, what's the location like?
It's
nasty. It's nasty. Can you say nasty?
It's a little nasty. It's down south. You know how it is.
Yeah, but all down south is not created equal, man. You know? But I tell you what, bro, like 36 units, you're only going to pay $1.5 million. You're paying $40,000 a door. I mean, I don't see how you go wrong. You pay $40. What are the rents there? You're paying $40,000 and you're renting them you're paying $40,000 per unit and you're renting them for $600. I mean, it's a no-brainer, bro. It's a cash flow machine. It's like, I mean, the only thing that's going to generate more cash flow is Grant Cardone.
So my only problem is I'm having trouble getting the debt
Oh, why is that?
because I just recently graduated college and I don't have any networks in my.
Yeah, well, have you joined the grantcardone.com/club?
I have not yet.
Well, you should. You should invest in grantcardone.com/club. All of you that are serious investors, you really want to raise money for deals. You want to get equity. You want to get debt. Debt's not a problem on this deal. The way this deal's going to work, my friend, is $1.5 million. Okay, you need about $300,000 to buy this deal. You're going to finance $1.2 million. The payment on that $1.2 million is going to be $36,000 a year. And if your numbers are right, this thing's going to make $164,000 a year divided by $300,000. You'll make 50% return to your investors. So you should get involved in the club. All of you out there, by the way, that you know you got a deal, but you don't have the money or you don't have the debt, you should join the club, man. Hook up with these people. Show them your deal. Every week we meet on Wednesday at noon, right? We meet Wednesday at noon every Wednesday, and then 3 times a year we meet in person. Okay, it's $25,000. It's on sale from $75,000. It's got about 150 people in it. 3 times a year we meet in person, and then once every week we actually go over deals together. So that deal, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not doing the math wrong on this, I guarantee you somebody in that group, yeah, it's $40,000 worth of debt. It's going to be $40,000 off the $215,000. The deal's going to make $175,000. You put $300,000 down. You literally have your down payment back in 2 years.
That's what I've been trying to tell people. They ain't listening to me. They think I'm naive because I'm young.
Yeah, well, just tell them, hey man, Alexander the Great was 16. He did all of Persia.
All right.
But you got to get with the right people, bro. Maybe you're talking to dumb people.
I am, clearly.
Well, get with a different group, bro. Like just come. It costs $25,000 to do that. Borrow the money, get the money, do the money, do whatever you got to do to get with the right group of people, and you'll quit having people tell you dumb shit. Because somebody in my group is going to tell you, how can we do this deal together? Now the question's not going to be, is the deal any good? The deal's going to be, can you manage it, or who needs to manage it? Maybe you just get a little piece to deliver this deal and stay on for like 5 or 10% and let somebody else have a majority of the deal. Next caller.
All right, you got Don.
These deals, by the way, are all over the United States of America. All you guys that are bitching and moaning and groaning, oh my God, I'm in Los Angeles, I can't afford a house. Okay, well, why don't you leave Los Angeles and come to Mississippi, come to Alabama, come to Florida, come to Texas? God damn, why y'all keep, you complain but you won't leave? I hate the way you treat me. Okay, why don't you leave? We did. We left the damn state of California because we didn't like the way they treated us. I'm not going to just bitch. I'm going to walk.
You got Dominique from Fort Stewart.
Dominique from the old Fort Stewart. What's going on?
What's going on, Grant?
Yeah, what's happening? Hey, I'll pay you $500 if you can tell me what the original word inflation meant in Latin. Okay, it's a Latin word, but I'm going to translate it to English. I'll pay you $500 in cash if you can tell me the 2 words that inflation stood for back in the 1700s.
Does it mean not money?
No.
Not.
No. I'll give you another shot at $500. To inflate. What did it mean to inflate? You looking?
Make up.
What?
Make up.
No. It meant to blow in. It meant to blow in, like to inflate. That's what inflation is. It blows in. How can you blow something up? Put a bunch of cash in the marketplace. Everybody's like, shit, man. Goddamn, I got some new money. I got some money. They gave me some money. Okay, if I gave everybody $1 million right now, what do you guys think you'd do with it? You think you'd save it? That's why they always say, man, you could take all the money on the planet away from everybody, divide it equally, and it will still end up with the guys that started with the dough. You know why? Because you guys would go out and spend your money. And wealthy people don't spend money. They invest money. Okay, go ahead. What's your question, man? You got a deal or you got a question?
I got a deal.
Okay, let's go. Bring it.
All right, I'm a young, ignorant guy, but I'm really trying to learn real estate.
Can't hear it.
101 East Hendry Street, Hinesville, Georgia.
101
4 East Hendry Street.
East Pendry,
Yeah, APNDRY.
P-E-N. Okay.
Hendry, APNDRY.
Okay, where? P-E-N-D-R-Y.
It's H-E-N.
Hinesville.
Hendry, H-E-N.
Henry Street. Did you say Henry Street?
Hendry.
Hendry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Hendry. Okay, good. And then give me what city is it in?
Hinesville, Georgia.
Hinesville.
Pinesville, Georgia.
So it's a really beat up fourplex. And I really wanted to invest in it because I like the area.
Okay, so look, he likes the area. Oh yeah, it is beat up, dude. That's good. I like that. That makes me feel good. You about to go home, man? You about to go home all by yourself? What do? You look around the room. What do you look for? You desperate, man. You desperate. You like, dude, don't. You look for something beat up.
Yeah, you know what? It's my first deal I'm looking at. I'm kind of looking at the best opportunity that I can possibly get.
Yeah. I like this deal, man. This deal's beat up because you can put some landscaping around this thing, get rid of these antennas, splash some paint on this, fix these windows. You good? Okay. What do they want for this old hag?
So this old hag is looking like a estimate of 55. One of the negotiators be able to.
Just tell me how much they want for it, man. Just tell me what they want for it, man.
So they haven't. I haven't figured out from anybody yet. That's why.
Okay. How much are the rents? How much are the rents? I mean, I thought you had a deal to show me.
It's about 600. It was about 600 before it got evacuated.
Okay, 600.
Everybody's out the door.
Oh, it's been evacuated?
Yeah, everybody's out.
Oh, that's good. They're trying to get everybody out because they're getting ready to put the spanky on it. They're about to put the lipstick on the pig.
You know what? You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. So, how do you like the location of the little pig?
It's right next to downtown Hinesville, next to the courthouse, the police station.
Nobody knows where Hinesville is, man.
It's right about 4th Street by military.
Okay.
About 30 minutes, 40 minutes from Savannah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool. Well, look, everybody knows $600 a month isn't a rent. Okay, that sounds like I went to the grocery store. So,
Okay.
notice if you told your mom this or your grandma this, hey, my rent's $600, she'd be like, what? That's crazy. No, baby, that's inflation. That's all that is. Okay, a penny saved is a penny. When your grandma used to have a jar of pennies. So now nobody even picks them up. That's inflation, folks. Okay. So look, I don't know why you're telling me about this deal when you don't like. Is it for sale?
Yeah, it's off market, and I have a broker that I can talk to.
Okay. Well, how much is it? How much is the deal?
About 155.
155,000.
Sir.
Just buy it, bro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's simple. Buy it. Well, how do I know you can buy it? Because it's $40,000 a door, and $40,000 a door, and it gets a $600 payment. You should buy the deal. Now, in this case, what you guys are going to do is he's going to take $150,000. Okay, he's going to put $4,500 down. That's how he's going to buy this deal. You're going to finance $145,000, hopefully on your income. Hopefully you have a job. Times 20.
Yes, sir. Filter.
Yeah, you got a job?
Yeah, I'm in filter.
Good. There you go. The payments are going to be $5,800 a year. Okay, add another $2,000 for taxes. His total payments are going to be $7,800 a year on this purchase. He's going to pay $600 a month to own 4 units in Hineyville. Okay, he's going to pay $600 a month to own 4 units that each rent for $600. Now let's say in his free time when he's not defending the country, he goes over there throw some paint on the place, steal some trees. He goes to a neighbor that's got this old ratty ass palm tree, and they're like, hey, how about I remove that tree from your yard? They transplant easily. I removed that tree. He just goes down the street, picks up 4, 6, 8 trees in the neighborhood of these ratty ass palm trees that nobody wants, and he takes them and he puts them on his property. He doesn't even pay anything for them, just sweat equity. He adds some trees, he adds some paint, he fixes the porch, okay? Probably fixes the window units and the air conditions. Like, what are those going to cost? $200 each? It's nothing. You notice we've had deflation on appliances. Like, shit costs less money. I can get a big ass TV today for my damn apartment. It cost me $300. That TV used to be $3,000. I remember paying 60 grand for a TV back when the big plasmas came out. I got a 55.
Hell yeah.
You remember all that, Russ? So like, that's what I would do with this place. I'd buy this bad boy.
Yes, sir.
I get better and better deals. Every week we're getting better and better deals. That's what I would do. Now, I don't know anything about Hinesville. I don't know if there's any people that live in Hineyville. I know what they do on the weekends in Hineyville. But, hey, I'm not going to hold that against them, okay? Everybody needs a place to live, no matter what they do with their Hiney. Let's talk to the next caller.
All right, you got Dylan from Colorado.
What's up, Big D? Big D from the Big C.
Hold on 1 second.
See, I'm surprised anybody in Colorado even got COVID because there's so much sunshine there.
All right, you got Dylan on.
What's up, Big D? Hey, you got a deal or you got a question?
I got a question.
Okay.
So I'm 20 years old, and I'm wondering if it's better to get a fourplex in Florida or to join the Cardone club.
Now, I would definitely join the club, bro. Some of you out there are like, oh man, I got $25,000, I could buy a deal or I could join the club. But get in the club, there's so much money in that club, it's unbelievable. Okay, like, there's so much money there. You don't need to have the money to do a deal. You need the deal, and the money and the debt will follow. I would definitely join the club. GrantCardone.com/club. GrantCardone.com/club. We meet every single week, folks, and then 3 times a year in person, okay? I would definitely, 1,000%, if I could go back, start my whole career over, rather than doing what I did, I would have joined a club like this so I could be with the right people, the right thing, see deals, see debt, see equity. I could learn the language faster. Inflation is the decline of purchasing power.
Okay.
Okay, does this buy less today? Yes. Okay, is money any longer a problem? There's more money on this planet today, folks, than any time in the history of planet Earth. We have never ever had this much money. It is everywhere, and it's being printed by every country. Inflation is the decline of the purchasing power of a given currency over time. Okay, so when there's more money, okay, more money comes up, well, the cost of goods should come up. However, because of technology, notice I can get my music for free today. We used to pay, when I was growing up, we paid $20 for an album. We paid $200 or $300 for a stereo. You know, today what? You get a phone, bro, you got it all.
You got everything.
I got everything. I got my phone, I got my video. I mean, like you understand, like, I got my telephone. I don't have a telephone in my house anymore. My mama used to pay $800 for a phone, and she'd have like 4 or 5 of them around the house. Now what? You got one phone. You don't even have a TV anymore. You got the TV, you got the music. You can order your damn groceries here. But your car's on the damn thing. Like there's things that cost nothing today that we used to pay a lot of money for. So that's deflation, by the way, that is created because of automation and technology. And nobody's talking about that. So, price of goods and services, food, water, clothing, even clothes. Look at clothes. Clothes are in many ways cheaper today than they were years ago. I mean, anybody can find cheap clothes today. You could pay $68 for an athletic workout shirt, but you could just as easily pay $6 or less. A t-shirt. You can get a t-shirt for freaking $1 today. That just did not exist in the past. Okay, Johnny, let's talk to our next caller. One more caller, Johnny. What I got? One more caller. Okay. Every Monday I do this show, folks. If you like it, turn your notifications on so that you get this information. You get notified that Grant Cardone is going live. I'll take your calls. I'll take your questions. If I can help you get in this game, I started with $3,000. First deal, this is about inflation. First deal I ever bought was $3,000. It was a $78,000 single family residence. That house today is $480,000. It would take at least $120,000 as a down payment. That, ladies and gentlemen, is inflation. How do you play the inflation game? By the way, when things inflate, what goes up fastest? Real property. Yes, sir.
All right, we got Teddy from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, going to Buffalo. What's up, Teddy?
What's going on, Grant?
Whoa, what's happening, bruh?
Not much, man.
You
I
got
got
a
a
deal?
very important question for you, sir.
Okay.
Now, this is the question. You invest in a lot of things, but yet I haven't so much seen or heard about the people. I haven't too much seen you talk about investing in the people, because if you invest in the people, then all the money that the people make, that's inflation. See, the inflation game you're talking about on here, it's like this. You take a property,
Tell me.
right?
Tell me.
Okay, I'm sorry, am I talking too much?
No, man, you're right. You hadn't said anything, but
Okay.
you ain't not talking too
Check
much.
this out. Okay, bet. Check this out. Right now,
Bring it.
take stock right now. Take the stock market.
Okay.
Now, what you were saying is, hey, we have all these, you know how they talk about the investment properties or going into buying the, I forgot that thing your man's talking about buying, the properties when they're real low.
Yeah.
But if you go into the stock market and you get 20 and you invest, say, 35% or 35, you get 35 shares. You buy 35 shares. Now, if you were to get 25 people to invest in those 35 shares that you already bought, and all they got to invest is a short amount of money. Hello?
Yeah, you jumping all around, bro. First you started talking about people, now you're talking about stocks, now you're talking about 35 shares. Like, what do you want to talk about? What's your...
Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Since you asked, because I had a conference with your people before.
You had a conference with my people. I thought I didn't have any people because I never talk about people.
Well, I'm talking about the man that be your other man. I had a conference with your people. Anyway, go.
Okay.
So a video conference, sir.
Okay, hey, you guys are online. You guys that are online right now on YouTube or TikTok, man. I want to know, what's your name? Is your name Teddy?
Yeah, I own America Boston. LLC.
I want y'all-
America Boston.
Okay, I want comments about my guy Teddy here, man. Does Teddy know what he's talking about? Have you been smoking this morning, man? You've been burning your
Hell yeah, I just got done smoking right now, man.
I knew it, bro. I knew it, okay? And that is why I left the kush alone.
See,
Okay, look, every Monday we come to you to talk to the Teddys of the world, the Theodores of the world, okay? We talk everything about real estate, business, economy, cash, man. What you guys got to do, man? Y'all got to get your game on, okay? Teddy's asking me about people. We have almost 200 employees here in this company. I have another 70 in Phoenix, Arizona. Look, this is all the people's game. I got 10,000 families that rent property from us today. I'm going to tell you guys, there's nothing more important than people. Teddy brought up a great line, even though he's all hacked up on himself. Okay, he's what do you call it when you
He's burnt
he's
out.
cooked? Is it cooked? What is the word?
Burnt.
Please post below. What is the word? What is the word for Teddy? Is he cooked? Is he
He's burnt.
baked? He's baked. It's baked, man. Some of my guys in the office know what it means. I'm baked right now. So look, man, you guys got to ask the right questions, man. You got to have good people, okay? In real estate or in money is about it's a people game. I said this in Undercover Billionaire. You want money? I started with no money on Undercover Billionaire. They dropped me off in Pueblo, Colorado with no money. 90 days, I had to build $1 million business. I knew that the thing I needed was this. I didn't need money, okay? The way to get money is to get people, and then you get credit, okay? Then you get debt, then you get credit, a credit line, and then you can get a valuation based on the people that have the cash, the credit, and the value. So in the case of real estate, what do I need? I need people to get me the deal. The deal is the value, okay? Okay, once I get the value, once I bring value to somebody, I can utilize their credit and or their cash. That's what I did with Matt and Jenny Smith. I met somebody, I didn't have credit, I didn't have cash. Discovery Channel took the credit and the cash from me. So what do? I need to find people. People become the deal. Once you get the deal, then you get the debt, then you get the equity. That's the game, folks.
Contacts equal contracts.
And contacts equal contracts, okay? I got to meet people, and that's why I created the grantcardone.com/club, grantcardone.com/club. You guys out there, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all places in the world, okay? If you want to learn how to buy real estate, the first thing you got to do is get the deal. And who's got the deals? People have the deal, okay? And the people that have a deal or want a deal always have the cash and the credit to do a deal. When there's inflation, what we're talking about today is inflation. When there's inflation in the marketplace, there are no more people. Okay, there was 8 billion people when this freaking stuff happened. Somewhere 7.8 billion people. There was 7.8 billion people before we went into this crazy plandemic. Okay, where just the United States of America, $7 trillion. I bet you I can't even write this number correctly the first time. I don't know where I'm at right now. I think I got to go 3 more. We printed $7 trillion. Is that right? I don't even know if it's right.
I think so.
I just kept adding them until I was like, that's got to be it, okay? $7 trillion did not exist. 8 billion people still existed. Also, credit facilities. Remember, when you print $7 trillion, every bank has the right to loan that money out 9 times. So if they got any of those deposits, you're talking about times 9. You're talking about more money was generated via cash and debt that existed on the planet before this shit happened. And you're like, man, I can't make any more money because you're not connected to the right people. This is what you need right here. These people control this. And only a handful of those people control all that dough. You got to get connected with them. First, the deal. Who's got deals? People have the deals. Find the right people, you'll find the right deals, then you'll find the debt, then you'll find the equity. My name's Grant Cardone. I do this for you every Monday. If you enjoyed the show, please post in comments. If you think I'm full of shit, please post in comments. Don't be a bitch and a coward. God bless you guys. I'm pulling for you. And if you hadn't turned your little bell on, hit it so you never forget it, okay? See you next time.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Boom.
Okay, we good.